Hello, namaste. Welcome to another episode.
Hey, how's it going?
All good. So, as we all know today, the world lives online and going digital is the only way forward, right?
Right. And staying safe online is the need of the hour, especially for businesses dealing with sensitive data. That's why understanding how cyber liability insurance covers your business is so important.
Yes. So many people think that it's just like this. Perfect safety net. You get hit with a data breach and bam, insurance covers everything.
Exactly. But the reality is very different.
Hmm.
There are these surprising gaps, these little things hidden in the fine print that can actually leave businesses really exposed and financially vulnerable.
And it's something that everyone dealing with sensitive data should definitely be aware of.
Absolutely. So, today we are diving deep into these often overlooked exclusions in cyber insurance policies. Those things that can lead to your claim being denied.
And I think we should first focus on those related to PCI DSS compliance because apart from sensitive data, they also store critical PCI information.
Yes, let's go.
So, PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Basically, the rules or guidelines for handling card data. Now, you would think that if a breach involves this kind of data, it would be a no questions asked insurance case, right?
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward.
But no, here's where things get a little tricky. Most policies are silent on losses that are specifically related to PCI DSS.
Yes, what's important to understand is that many insurers often classify forensic investigations and mandatory security upgrades as contractual obligations rather than direct losses from a breach. That means businesses may have to cover these costs themselves.
Right. So, what they are basically saying is that you agreed to follow these rules. We are not covering the cost of you not following the rules.
And it makes sense from their point of view.
Yeah, but it can be a really nasty shock for businesses who thought they were covered.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we came across this e commerce company. They had approximately 100,000 credit card details exposed,
Wow, huge breach, huh?
and their insurer denied coverage for the PCI DSS fines because it wasn't specifically covered in their cyber policy.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, talk about a wake up call. And though most policies are silent on PCI DSS losses, few of them do have a built in cover. But again, you will need an expert or an experienced broker to help give you an idea about which cover to choose and how.
Yes, you are absolutely right. So, for everyone listening, you really can't just assume that your insurance is going to cover all kinds of mandated costs. It might not.
Definitely not. And, we saw another example this time with a retail chain.
Hmm,
They got hit with a breach, and the payment processor required them to do a forensic investigation, to figure out exactly what happened.
makes sense.
Yeah, but the insurer refused to cover those investigation costs
Oh, why?
because their policy didn't explicitly say it covered these third party compliance costs.
I see. So, even though the investigation was a direct consequence of the breach, they still weren't covered.
Exactly. And this really highlights the fact that cyber insurance, it's not this magical solution for everything that goes wrong after a breach. There are these specific things it covers and things it doesn't.
Right. And it's important to understand those nuances. So, PCI DSS is one area where things can get little tricky. But let's quickly look at the other potential instances too.
For sure. So, one of the big ones is what's often called the failure to meet security standards clause.
Tell me more.
Sure. So, if an investigation reveals that the company was negligent in some way, maybe their software was outdated, or maybe they had weak passwords, and so on.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Yeah, the insurer might just deny the claim based on that negligence.
So, what this means is that even if I have cyber insurance, if I don't keep my systems up to date, I might not be covered.
That's exactly right. And we actually found a real world example for this as well.
Oh, is it?
A logistics firm got hit by a breach, submitted their claim, and boom, rejected because they were a whole 6 months late on a critical firewall update.
6 months? Wow.
And that was enough for the insurer to say, nope, not our problem.
You know, it's not just about having the insurance, it's about actively managing your risk.
100% yes. And last but definitely not the least, we have the social engineering and human error exclusion.
Yeah, that's a really big one.
Now, this is basically saying that if you suffer a loss because someone fell for a phishing scam or an employee made a mistake.
Yeah, like accidentally clicking a malicious link that compromises data or maybe transferring funds to a fraud account.
Exactly. Well, those losses might not be covered unless you have specific endorsements added to your policy.
Oh, is it?
Yes. In fact, there was this manufacturing company that got hit by a really sophisticated phishing attack. Someone in accounting received an email that looked like it was from the CEO asking them to transfer funds.
Oh no,
Unfortunately, they transferred it and the money was gone.
that's really scary.
They submitted a claim to their insurer, but it was denied because social engineering fraud was specifically excluded from their policy.
So I'm wondering, what practical steps can a business take to make sure they are actually protected?
All right. Firstly, scrutinize policy exclusions, particularly for PCI-DSS and forensic investigation costs.
Yeah, makes sense.
Second, adhere to the best security practices. Update software, use strong passwords, and implement multi-factor authentication to reduce the risk of negligence claims.
Right. You've got to remember that it's not enough to just have the policy. You have to actually follow the rules.
And I would also say, consider specialized endorsements for high-risk areas like social engineering fraud. It may cost more, but can provide crucial coverage.
Yes. Don't try to cut costs while getting coverage. It could prove to be really expensive ultimately.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, the best protection is proactive risk management. Really put in the work to prevent those breaches from happening in the first place.
Absolutely. Strong security practices are really the foundation of everything. And cyber insurance is like that extra layer of protection.
I mean, it's not just about having it, it's about understanding it. That's the key takeaway.
I agree. Because while cyber insurance is definitely a valuable tool, it has its limitations.
Right? So, everyone listening, take a moment to think about your own unique risk profile. Think about the specific terms and exclusions in your policy and ask yourself this: what's one aspect of your digital security or your insurance coverage that you may have overlooked? What's one thing you can do today to improve your protection?
True. Ask the right questions, take the necessary action, and for expert advice, log on to www.mahindrainsurancebrokers.com.
Absolutely. So, on that note, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye. Take care.